Okay, it is shop update day. I'm nervous as usual. I wouldn't consider this one of my big updates because there is no sketchbook or high-priced item, but I still have a lot of stuff in the shop. Like for the new stuff, the most expensive item is $10. I do have bundles though, which does bump the price up for an individual item. But yeah, it's just like stationary things. I do have more sketchbooks coming, but they're not going to be in this shop update. And I have plans for embroidered sweaters, but again, that's for the future. So I really don't know what to expect. I'm curious to see how many bags will sell because I gave them sort of a soft launch in January because I was just reopening my shop after being closed for the holidays. And I thought, well, I have the bags, let's just put them up. But I told people they could wait if they want to wait to order when I have more new products available other than just the bags. So hopefully we get a little boost in sales with those. I was tweaking their product photos this morning, probably for too long because now we're like 15 minutes out from the shop update and I have a couple more things I haven't done. But it was worth it. The photos look better. I just added some solid color backgrounds to them because they just had white backgrounds and it looks better now, especially when you're scrolling through the shop and it just matches the other listings. And yes, also my counter, it's reset to 0 like I like to do with my shop updates because I like to see how many orders I get for any given shop update. But I've done it differently this time. I had a request to show how much money I make from these shop updates, and the person who brought this up mentioned that I used to show the money I would make from conventions, and I haven't done conventions in so long because of COVID, but I thought, you know what, let's do it, because I kind of was considering it in the past too. I was like, should I not? Like, is it weird to talk about it? I'm sure it could be motivating for some people, but I'm sure it can also be discouraging for others or like seen as flaunting or something. So whatever, we're going to try it this time. So it's going to be in USD since that's the currency of my shop, and it's going to include shipping. So the number is going to be inflated because I don't get to keep the shipping, obviously, because that goes to pay for the shipping. And so about a third of that, about 25 to 30% of that number will be shipping, and then the rest of it I get to keep. So just a couple things to note about what that's gonna say. But yes, I've got the Ducky collection launching along with the opalescent prints and restocked 2 washies, and this is the freebie sticker for the shop update, the little duckies. So hopefully everything's set up. I'm always paranoid that a listing is set up wrong or something's gonna go wrong with the shipping because stuff has gone wrong. I'm just fingers crossed. I've tweaked international shipping to make it so you can only get tracked shipping now, just because international is the one that's most likely to get lost, and they're also the people who are least likely to pay for tracking because international shipping is already expensive, right? And so some people want to save a few dollars and not get the tracking, but it's kind of biting me in the butt because when you can't track something, you don't know where it is. It could be sitting at the post office for them to pick up, but we don't know. And it's so expensive to resend out an international package. And so we need the tracking. We need the tracking going forward. So now all parcels have tracking. The only thing that doesn't is letter mail. I've also tweaked Canadian shipping a little bit where it calculates a shipping rate and then it's going to subtract $5 US. For small parcels, they get the absolute worst deal. And so this is my way to try to help some of the costs, and I might extend this to US and international in the future too if it all goes well and if I'm not losing too much money on it. This is like the test. We'll test it with the Canadians and I'll see what I want to do in the future. Okay, we got some people in Europe. We got some people in the US. I usually don't do this live view, but it's actually kind of cool. We have less than 2 minutes till launch. Okay, I've officially opened it. Now we wait. Now we hope there are no disasters. I have a tweet scheduled to go up in a minute, and I haven't made any other social media posts. I'll probably post to Instagram, maybe TikTok, unless I want to wait till tomorrow to spread it out a bit. I mean, trying to get as many sales as possible day one is very exciting, but for big updates, which this one probably is not, it's stressful because I can only package so many packages per day, and I don't want people to wait too long for me to package. Like, there were times it would take me 2 weeks to get through everyone's orders. And it's different now that I have Christian, but I still want to get people's orders out in a timely manner. So a little spread out is good. There's usually a boost when my next vlog goes up, like the shop update vlog. So we'll see if I post this Wednesday or Saturday. I'm not sure, because I also want to do a live stream. Okay. It's coming through. Remember, we're showing dollars. Oh, hell yeah. 85 bucks. I'm gonna make my Instagram posts right away. I mean, for Instagram, I probably should make a graphic saying like shop now live, or maybe I could do it like a story. Whoa, that jumped. Okay. There are currently 9 orders. Ooh, okay. Why is this so dark? Instagram. Okay, this is kind of hideous, but whatever. It's a story. What happened to the ability to add links? Everything's different. I don't know Instagram these days. It's been so long since I've done a story. You know what? I'm just giving up on that. I'll quickly make a text image to make as a post. We are currently at 57 orders. Ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm gonna check my emails because that's what this initial time is for. Make sure nothing's gone wrong. Check on emails. Make sure everything's going okay. Because I probably won't start packaging for another hour or 2. Okay, it's currently 12:21. We're 21 minutes into the shop update. I have, for some reason this page is not updating. Let me refresh. 129 orders for a total of $7,800. But yeah, so far so good with the shop update. As far as I know, I haven't started packaging anything, so any potential errors might become evident in the future. But 141 orders, less than half an hour in. Thank you guys so much. I really didn't know what to expect for this update, especially because it's also Easter. It probably wasn't the best move to open the shop on Easter Sunday, but it's just the day that works out best for me based on Christian's work schedule because I need his help, and so I'm trying to time the shop update with his days off, so that's why I did it. But I kind of doubt anything will sell out quickly except for maybe B grades of certain items because I do have quite a bit of stock, so yeah, okay. I'm gonna go prep that Instagram post. Okay, here's my creation, and this will be the first image, and it'll be a carousel, and the rest will just be regular product photos. So that's what I came up with. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Okay, it's just past 1 p.m. I've gotten through more emails. I've been replying to tweets, made my Instagram post, and we're at 193 orders. And I think we're at the point where I can open up ShipStation and start getting things ready there. When there's a new product, I have to do the customs information, and it will not let me do that until an order is placed with that product. So dumb, but that's why I don't do this until the shop is open. So I'm adding the description and value, HS codes, that kind of thing for each product. And then I'll probably package a couple orders myself just to see if things are being imported correctly, like box weight and box size. And then I can start bulk purchasing labels and print packing slips to get things ready for Christian. What's annoying is I'm not just editing the customs info for new products. At one point recently, all the products started getting imported a second time. So every product appears on here twice. And I couldn't figure out why, but it's because this quotation mark here is different than this quotation mark here. And I'm not sure why it's suddenly importing it with different quotes. But that's why every product is appearing on here twice now. So every time an order contains an item that hasn't been purchased since this change happened, it'll appear with blank customs information. So I'm going in and adding everything for products that have been in my shop for forever, just because it's now suddenly being detected as a new product in ShipStation. It's so stupid. It's now 3:15. I haven't really started packaging. I did a few things because ShipStation gives me alerts when there's 2 packages going to the same address, and I can combine them there, which is great because I could not combine orders back when I just used Shopify. So now that I'm using ShipStation, I can combine orders. So I handled some of those right away, but it's been such a pain in my butt. The HS codes keep giving me errors, and I'm like retyping the codes. I'm trying to remove the decimal point, like maybe they don't like decimal points. I'm trying all kinds of things, and it keeps rejecting and not letting me print the labels. And I finally figured it out. The washi tapes had a space in front of the HS codes. Like, how was that not solved when I was retyping them? I don't know. Maybe I wasn't backspacing far enough, but I finally just figured that out, and I'm like, oh my god. Okay, so I tweaked the values to remove the space, so that should be good. But my automation rules are not working properly where I'm like, hey, if there's this package, like this item in there, make it the bigger box size. It's only working if it's only larger items. It'll give the large box size. But if it's large and small, it won't. And I've been trying to troubleshoot this and I cannot figure it out for the life of me. But there's another problem because I've been trying to reprocess these automation rules. It messed with my weights because it's also supposed to add a certain amount of weight when an order is imported for the box weight. And I haven't touched that. It's stayed there, but through these reprocesses, it didn't add the weights to people's orders, which is dumb because it says when you reprocess, it's like, oh, we won't add or subtract any weight. But they did. They did subtract the box weight. And even though I'm reprocessing, it's not updating. And maybe that's why I can't get the box size thing to work, because even though I'm like, hey, reprocess these orders, it's not. It's just like, it's leaving the old settings. So it's like, how am I supposed to know if my updated rules work or not when you won't update? I don't know. So what I can do is just manually do the weight, because I do have a scale here. When I package by myself, I do weigh them all. And so you just click a button in ShipStation and it'll automatically put the weight for you. You don't have to type it out. And I'll have to manually select box size too. So that's a problem because that means I can't pre-print the labels for Christian, but there's a workaround. I can give him just the packing slips. And if we make sure the packages stay in order and I make sure to double check names, I can just print the labels as I package them. That will slow me down a lot. And my station is already slower than Christian, but that's the only workaround I can think of at this point. So that's the way it's gonna go. At least he has other things to do in between. You know, he could fold more boxes. He can refill his packing stations. He'll probably go cook supper at some point, which is actually probably soon-ish. Maybe he can help me package for like an hour and then he'll go make supper. It's been a bit stressful, but at least it'll still work out. Okay, it'll still work out. We just don't have things as automated as we would like. But now let's package a little bit. Let's just do a few on camera before I bring Christian down. So the first order was for Kaylee, who got 2 8x10 bundles. I have some set here, but mostly they're at Christian's station because, you know, I probably won't package too much by myself, at least not at the beginning. But right now we are. So, oh, also I have some that are pre-sealed and some that are not, but I only brought unsealed over here. I just don't have the counter space for both. Now the prints are on the back, so maybe I'll package them butt to butt like this. Like I don't want the washi tape of one pack to dent the print of the other pack. I do also have chipboard. So that'll go in a medium depth rectangle. I only have 3 depths. For the squares, I have 4 depths, but we're just gonna try to make do. I have already Frankensteined a box. So this is 2 medium ones taped together. You know, maybe we'll just do the chipboard actually. This one framed? Not really. I swear that split into 2 for a second. I guess not. Thank you card and freebie sticker, and we'll add a bit of crink since there's a bit of loose space. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I don't have it visible where I'm at right now. We are at $17,135. Oh. So that's USD, but including the shipping, and like I said, it's about 30% of that. It's just straight to shipping fees. But if you think of it as Canadian dollars with the shipping fees removed, that's basically the amount in Canadian dollars. It's a rough calculation, but you could kind of think of it that way if you're Canadian watching this. I don't really know how this compares to my last shop updates because I track everything monthly for accounting purposes, and even then I don't really know what I've got. I'd have to look back on spreadsheets. I do know, however, my biggest shop update was the Witch Hat sketchbook launch because there were so many items and there were sketchbooks, which are a higher value item. And I think that month I did 100K. That was like my biggest one ever. They're usually not anywhere near that. See, like, look at this one. $27 to ship it to Ontario. Why? That's Canadian dollars, and they got a $5 US discount. But still, Like, this is on par with international prices. This is actually more than certain tracked international packages. Like, why is domestic shipping so dumb? And that's with the discount of my commercial account too. Like, if you were paying full retail, it would be more than that. But yes, thank you, Kaylee, for buying, even though the shipping is stupid. Now on to Brittany's order. We have a 5x7 opalescent and an 8x10 bundle. So this is perfect for the ones that are left unsealed. Where the heck? Oh, it's slipped behind. I'm like, where's the enamel pin? Because these were standing up, the stuff was kind of sliding, but when they're open, you can't really store them horizontally because stuff will fall out, you know? But anyway, some of them are unsealed for situations like this where I can just slip this inside. I'll put it at the back with the other print and seal it up. And I could put the thank you card and freebie sticker in there, but I'm not. It's just kind of fun having them on the top of the package. Although sometimes the thank you card has to be used to protect small prints, so you don't always see it at the top of your package. And these don't really need crank, so I'm not going to put any in. And also, Rick, my tape dispenser, I usually program him to dispense 2 tape sizes, but now I need different tape sizes. So usually I have a 6-inch piece and then a -6, which is 5 inches, because each minus is half an inch. So I'll program my 2 repeat buttons to be those lengths. Although they don't really need 6 programmed because there is a 6 button. So now I've been using these 2, but if I need to use one of my smallest rectangle boxes, like those little VHS boxes as I call them, then I would need a -6. So that'd be a 1/3 length, which would kind of mess up the button programming because I can only program 2, but as soon as you hit a different length and then hit repeat, it'll now be that new length, right? So I probably will just start relying more on pressing these buttons instead of the repeat buttons, especially when I need a new length. I mean, I could stick to them until I get an order that's a smaller box, and then I can start, you know, using these and reprogram, but just a little more shifting, I guess. Everything is changing. Got extra sleeve sizes and everything too. Like, it's all more complicated now. I'm trying to reposition this so we can see the counter. It's gonna be a more zoomed out view though. I hate how this thing times out after 3 minutes. I have to keep turning it back on. If I'm fast enough, it's fine. It won't just stay on. There's no setting for that unless you get their bigger, fancier scale. And I'm like, that's too big. I don't have space for that. I failed to mention this, but you may have noticed I have some lights back here, and there's actually some up there too. So they're floodlights. They're not very powerful. I have 4 of them and I used all 4 on the packing station. So 2 are shining up at the ceiling, so then the lights diffuse down into this area. It's more noticeable at nighttime. And then 2 behind my print stacks so that it's lighting up the wall a bit too. And that light again bounces and lights up this area. And it's actually quite nice. And I can control the colors and stuff, but I realized they're not actually smart lights. I thought they were. They just connect to your phone via Bluetooth and you can control them in an app. I can still turn them on and off via voice because I have them plugged into a smart plug, but I can't be like, hey, change the colors to pink. I would have to go do that in the app, so that kind of sucks. But I'm probably just going to leave them this color most of the time anyway. I just tweaked it to be mostly white, but a little on the warm side. Just kind of cozy. But what's also weird about these lights is you can see the light color separating. Like, do you see those bars? You see pink and blue there? Kind of weird. Oh, my camera hates that actually. Look at those lines appearing. Whoa. This might actually be a problem for filming. If I'm filming my area here, I don't want it to be all stripy. Was it stripy when I was packing earlier? Oh no! These lights might be a no-go. Oh my god, I just looked back. It was doing the thing. It was making these lines. No! Oh. Also, I just realized I was packing with my ring on. I'm supposed to take it off. Otherwise, it hits the shelves when I'm reaching for product. And I have my new little ring holder to use. I was using the coaster earlier, but now my coffee's empty, so it's upstairs. Christian's currently making food. I'm just gonna continue packaging a few orders by myself. Whoa, this one's a pretty big order for Sydney. 12 items. Whoa. Thank you, Sydney. I just realized I did not set out any bag bundles for Christian to pack with. I definitely do need a second one of these rolly carts. So it's 8:15 and we're shutting it down for the evening because Canada Post won't let me buy any more labels. I mean, I was almost done. I had 4 more left to package because Christian has them on the table for me. I just need to put them in their boxes and do the labels, but I'm getting this error that can mean multiple things. Either Canada Post is undergoing maintenance or I'm sending too many requests per minute. But the limit's 20 by default, and I'm definitely not doing more than 20 packages per minute, so I'm assuming there's some kind of maintenance, so it won't let me buy any more labels. So that better be fixed by tomorrow. According to ShipStation, I've packaged 96 orders, and with these 4, it would have been a nice even 100, although that 96 does not include the 2 letter mail I've done. There was a 3rd letter mail, but I just sent it as a parcel because it was pretty hefty, so... Yeah, pretty much 100 packages done day 1, which is pretty good, especially considering I didn't have Christian come and help me till early evening. Blah. Day 1 stats, well, at least as of 8:15 p.m. stats. 389 orders for a total of $20,449 USD. And that's honestly better than I was expecting, so thank you so much. I was so stressed and worried. I'm just like, people are sick of these shop updates. No one's gonna order, blah, blah, blah. I just get in my head all the time, so... It's going well, and thank you. Alrighty, it's now the next day. It's Monday, and it's 6:45 p.m. We just wrapped up packing for the day, and we made some good progress. I realized my station was just too slow, especially since it's even slower now than it was before. So I put Christian on sleeving duty, so he would sleeve anything that needed to be sleeved, like paper goods, such as notepads, prints, sticker sheets, anything that would go in a sleeve, he sleeves it for me, and that makes our stations way more equal. He's still a little faster, which is good because then he can like fold boxes and refill things, but it divides the labor much more evenly, and it just worked out so well. We can get through the orders faster that way because it's not like he needs to constantly stop and wait for me to catch up. And in terms of setting that up, I just got him to move the B-grade notepads down, and I just turned this station to face him because this is where I keep all the sleeving supplies. So I just kind of turned it and pushed it over, and that works out great. And then when I need to package stuff by myself, I can just turn it back towards me. And then he also has the tape dispenser and the labels, so that helped so much. It feels so weird stopping packaging this early, because normally I would go till 1 a.m. every night if I'm packing by myself. Because I can do up to 200 packages by myself in one day, but it's a long, long day. And we did close to 200 today, because it was 150 packages and then a bunch of letter mail, so pretty close. And there are 189 left as of right now. I'm sure more orders will come in, but that's like 1 day's worth of packaging really left. Although I don't know if I'll get through all of those tomorrow because I do want to live stream. I was going to maybe live stream today, but just opted to get through a bunch of packages. But maybe tomorrow Christian can help me out for the first few hours, and then I'll switch to live streaming because then when I'm streaming I can just package by myself. because otherwise I'm going to be way too slow. If I'm pausing to read chat and stuff, I'm going to fall way behind Christian. So once I start the stream, he can have the rest of the day off, I guess. Well, Kiki, where's all the product that was in that basket? It's gone. And this thing's almost empty too. So we got these packages here and, well, I guess these ones too. But also, so much. Okay, it's now Thursday, and today we should be all caught up on orders. As of last night, we had 50 some left to do, and I haven't seen what it's at this morning, but I'll be all caught up. I didn't vlog on Tuesday because I was live streaming. You can watch the live stream replay if you want to see me packing. It's on the live tab on my channel, so it doesn't show up with my usual videos. It's on its own separate tab, and I have a live stream playlist. And then yesterday I didn't film anything. We were just trying to blitz through as many orders as possible before going to see the Super Mario movie, which I loved. And so that's what we got up to yesterday. And yeah, we'll just try to finish off the orders before Christian goes to work his other job. Yeah, and I gotta run upstairs because I've got toast in the toaster oven. Okay, it's good. Okay, there wasn't enough room temperature butter to butter my toast fully, so that was kind of some sad dry toast, but life goes on. So yesterday I was having an issue with my scale. Like, the scale was working, but ShipStation would not acknowledge the scale, even though I double checked things in ShipStation Connect and it showed it was all connected in the settings. But if I clicked the button in ShipStation to register the weight for the order would glitch out and it would give me all these errors and wouldn't let me print the label. And so I was fussing with that, and I realized I could just manually type in the numbers and it would work. And so that's what I had to do for most of yesterday. And I think I know why, because halfway through the day, this new feature rolled out. There was a pop-up like, ooh, new feature, and I could see the effects of the new feature there, and I'm like, oh, so they were messing with things today, so maybe that's why it was misbehaving. So hopefully I can use the scale button today. Also, I'm having major problems with label paper. So I got through the last of my previous paper, and I'm now using this brown back stuff, which is provided by Canada Post. I can get it for free since I have a commercial account. But this printer hates it. First of all, it was in like this massive stack, like that big right there. And so it's double wide and fan folded, and it was messing up. And so I single folded it myself, like just a small portion of it. And I push that as far back as I can because the brown backing is really stiff, and I think that might be part of the problem because when the fan is unfolding, the paper kind of rises in front of the printer, and because it's so stiff, I think maybe it was just causing issues with feeding the paper. I don't know. So it's moved back and it's better now, but it still misbehaves a lot, where it'll either print the label and a blank sheet behind it, or it'll print 1.5 blank sheets, and it'll get stuck halfway through a sheet, and this turns red. So I have to push this to reprint, so it'll print the label a second time, and then another blank, and then it might get stuck again halfway. It's like, I don't know. I've had no problems with this printer until now. It hates this paper. I've been saving the blanks though that it spits out. Well, some of them. I wasn't at first, and I was like, wait, there's so many of them, I should be keeping these. And I actually taped some because sometimes I get a long row of blanks, so I was taping them together. And where I did peel off labels, I would take a single blank, peel it off, and stick it down on here. So this is just like a little man-made one, just Frankenstein's together. I just don't know if the taped seams will feed through or if they'll catch. But just trying to salvage some of the wasted ones. So please don't misbehave too much today, okay? Thank you. Okay, let's see if the scale works. Right now it did nothing, but sometimes I gotta refresh. The scale has to be turned on before ShipStation is open, which is weird. Otherwise I gotta refresh it. Ah, it worked. It's fixed. Whoa. Printer just did the bad thing. Oh my god, I did it again. You shall nothing. Okay, we just did 58 orders and we're all caught up. And the mailman hasn't come by yet today, so I put today's packages with yesterday's packages. Oh goodness. Yeah, so much gone. All the bundles gone. I believe these are also sold out, but I do have bigger ones. I wasn't sure how popular big to small would be, but small was still way more popular than the big ones. So let's give the final stats. As you can see up on there, total sales 32,836. I am crushing now. I'm gonna be going through this after just to fill in blanks, make it a nice sheet of white labels. But yes, that was 655 orders. So once again, thank you. I was having a lot of self-doubt before the shop update. I don't know why, but it went well. There were a couple technical hiccups, as there always tends to be, but other than that, pretty successful. And it was so nice having Christian's help, and we just got through them pretty fast. I mean, I probably could have, like, if I went by my old schedule, I probably could have gotten through these orders in the same amount of time, but that would have been me packing all day, all night kind of thing. And I actually got to live a normal life. It was weird. It was very, very nice and not exhausting like it has been in the past. So yes, oh yeah, we're evolving here in the Baylee J warehouse. I think I'm going to end this here though. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the orders, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, it doesn't look as smiley, but I feel like I've somewhat saved it. Quickly added some hair, but I want to focus mostly on faces, so I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay. Okay, there it is. I feel like I should not be showing you the original reference because they look better when you don't know what the reference looks like.